Hi there, in this video I'll be teaching you how to design NFT landing page in WordPress with Elementor page builder. So this video will be made 100% beginners friendly, and you don't need to know how to write a single line of code, and also you don't need to have any previous website design experience. All you need to do is just follow along as I'm designing this website. Now let me show you how to buy your domain and hosting. So to buy your domain and hosting, just search for Bluehost on Google, or you can just head over to bluehost.com. So you will see a website that looks exactly like this. So I recommend either using Bluehost or Namecheap for your domain and hosting. So this is Namecheap. To buy your hosting and domain from Namecheap, just go to namecheap.com. Then you will see a website that looks exactly like this. Then you will be able to buy your domain and hosting. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'll be using Bluehost. So to buy your hosting and domain, just come to bluehost.com as I've said earlier, then scroll down to select a package. So we'll be using this basic package. We'll be buying this basic plan. So it is $2.95 per month. So with this package you'll be able to use one website only. But if you select this package, the choice package, which costs $5.45 per month, you'll be able to use 3 websites. So we only want one website, so we'll be going with this package, one website, and it has 10 gigabyte SSD storage and chat support. We have free CDN, one website, and 10 gig SSD storage, and this also comes with free domain for the first year. So let's select this package, this plan, to proceed. Then you have saved 63% on your first online store. We are not designing our online store. Let's keep this. Then type in the domain name you want for your website. After typing in, then select the extension, your domain extension. Select from the drop down here. You can choose any extension you want, but for the sake of this video, I want the .com extension. Then click next. So this domain is unavailable, as you can see. So let's search for another. As you can see, this domain is available. Congrats, your domain is available. So click continue. We also have other domains extension here. Just click continue. We are using boardapeking.com. Then fill in your account details, your name, your business name, country, address, city, state. So this is the package we selected. You can see WordPress basic hosting 12-month plan. You can change it to 1-month plan or any other plan that you want from here. So this is our hosting plan. SSL is included free for the first year. So these are the package extras. E-commerce, if you want e-commerce sites, if you want code guard, if you want your website to be protected, your privacy, and if you want professional emails, if you want use SEO, but we don't want it. Let's uncheck, and uncheck. So in total we are saving about $100 the total is $35.40. So just type in your payment details. If you are using your card, just type in your payment details, but if you are using PayPal, you can just select PayPal, then click pay with PayPal. Once your payment is successful, you will be redirected to a thank you page where you'll be given the receipt of your purchase. On the thank you page that will be redirected to after you've made the payment, you will have the option to create an account on Bluehost. So you will type your password, your login password, and confirm it, then use it to create your account. Then after you've created your account, then you will be installing WordPress on your hosting. So I will be showing you how to do that shortly now. So once you've created your Bluehost account, the next thing you need to do is just log into your Bluehost account. Go to bluehost.com, then log in, then click on the hosting tab here from this sidebar. Click on the hosting, then you will see a page that looks like this. Then click on add site. Click on add site. Then after that, you will see a page that looks like this. Click install WordPress. Then click on continue. And after that, you will type in the name of your website in the site title field and click continue. So just type the name, any name you want for your website. Just type it in this box, then click continue. Then the next thing, you will be provided with a page that looks like this: connect a domain. So just input your domain name, the domain name you bought while signing up on Bluehost. Just type in the domain name here, then click continue to proceed. Then once you click on continue, the WordPress will start installing on your domain. As you can see, it's loading here. So once it is successfully installed, you will see a page that looks like this, where you'll be able to log in into your WordPress website. So that means your WordPress has been successfully installed on your domain. So now we'll be logging into our WordPress website. To log in, just click on this button. You'll be redirected to a WordPress login page. You will see a page that looks exactly like this. Then just type in your email and your password, then log in. So let me quickly log into this WordPress account. So the first time you log into your WordPress website, you will see a page that looks like this. So now let's clean up this page. We don't want all this on this dashboard. So to clean up our WordPress dashboard, just click on this screen option, then uncheck all these, then close it, click screen option again. Now let's delete any unwanted posts and pages we don't want on our website. Just to do that, click on the all post, over the post, then click all post. Let's delete, click trash. You can click on the trash tab here to delete permanently. Then let's delete pages we don't want. Over the pages, click all pages, then click on this checkbox, then this drop down, move to trash, apply, click apply, click on the trash tab, select all, select from the drop down here, delete permanently, then click apply. Now it's deleted. Now let's delete unwanted themes on our website. Just over the appearance, click themes, click theme details, click delete, then theme details, delete. Now let's add a new theme on our website. So click on add a new theme. We will be using Elementor Hello Hello Theme by Elementor. This is it. So just click on install. Click install. Activate. Now Hello Theme is installed. Let's delete this theme that comes with the installation. Click themes, delete. Now let's quickly do some settings on this website. Hover over the settings, then in the permalink, click permalink. Scroll down, then select post name as the permalink structure. We want our website to display our post name. So again, you can come to the reading settings here. So if you don't want this website to be visible in search engine as you are designing it, you can check this box here and click save changes, but we want it to be visible, so we are not doing that. So now we are done with cleaning up our website dashboard and some settings. So let me quickly show you an overview of the WordPress dashboard. So if you want to add a post to WordPress to your website, you can add post here. Over it, click add new post. You can categorize your post here. You can add tags to your post here, so you can view all your posts by clicking the icon here. So the media section here, you can see all the images and videos in your files when you click on it, or on the library. You can also add a new image or files by clicking on add new media here. So this page here, you can see all the pages on your website by clicking all pages, and you can add new page here. So you can see comments if you have any comments on your website. So this here, you can add themes, you can customize your themes, you can add menu, so you can change some settings on your themes here. So this is where we'll be adding new plugins very shortly. So you can see installed plugins, you can add new plugins. So you can add new users here. You can see all the users and the profile on your website. So the tools here, you can see some other settings. So I've shown you some of the settings available here. So now let's add some plugins. So to do that, click over the plugins, let's click on add install plugins to see plugins that are already available on our website when we install this website. So let's delete this, we don't want this. Let's check this. So we'll be activating this later. Let's leave this. Let's select this only, then click delete. So now let's add Elementor plugin to our website. So to do that, click add new plugin, search for Elementor, then this is Elementor, click install now, activate. So let's close this here. Click on this icon here to close this. Now let's clean up this screen again. Click screen option, uncheck Elementor Overview, and see our dashboard is clean. Let's add Elementor Pro plugin. Click on add new plugin, upload plugin. Click upload plugin, click choose file. So I already have Elementor Pro on my computer, so I will just be uploading the Elementor Pro. But if you can also buy the Elementor Pro plugin directly from Elementor website. So I will add the link in the description of this video, so you can get the Elementor Pro from the website directly. So just select the Elementor Pro, open, then click install now. Now the plugin is installed successfully. Click activate plugin. Now let's create our landing page. So to do that, click on the all pages here, and all pages. Then you'll be able to see all the pages here, but we don't have any pages on this website, so let's add a new page. Just click add new page, then we'll be able to add the page here. So click close, then you can name your page home, then click publish. You can view your page, but let's edit with Elementor. Click edit with Elementor. You'll be presented with a page that looks like this. So let's close this page. We don't want to activate Elementor AI. So let me click Ctrl minus to zoom out, then click close it. Let's close the page here, and Ctrl 0 to return to the normal view. So if you look at this left hand side here, you will see the layout container, which means container is activated. The Flexbox container is activated on this website. So if you also click on the plus icon here, you will see this different container and layout structure is activated. I don't want to use Flexbox container on this website, because I'm more comfortable using the sections and column layout. So I can deactivate this Flexbox container by going to the settings. So let's deactivate it. Let's go back to your WordPress dashboard, then over Elementor, then click settings, then click features, scroll down, you see Flexbox container, click inactive, deactivate. So it is deactivated now. So let's scroll down, click save changes. So now let's look at the Flexbox container. It is inactive. Now let's reload the page we are creating before. So as you can see, there's no Flexbox, there's no container again. It is in our section. So if you click on this plus icon here, you see that the layout structure has also changed. So that is how to deactivate Flexbox container. So let's quickly do some settings. Let's set up our global font and global color before we start designing our NFT landing page. So I have already saved my colors and fonts I'll be using for this landing page design. I've already saved it here. So let's quickly set up our global font and color. So just let's copy and paste it into the global section. So to go to the global color section, just click on this hamburger here, click site settings, global color, click. You can see primary, secondary text. Then let's start pasting our colors. So copy your color, then just paste it. So I'll be just copying and pasting the color. So let me fast forward this video. So now I've pasted all the colors into this section. So what we need to do now is just click update to save the changes. Then click on the back icon here, click global font to set up our global font. So click primary color, then set your primary color. So I'll be using this as my primary color. Let me copy and paste. 16 pixel. Let's set our weight to 400. So our line art let's leave it at 22 pixel. So I will do the same for secondary, for text and accent. So let me quickly forward this video. I will just be setting the same. So I've set up the global font. So just click update to save changes. Now let's close this. So let us start designing our NFT landing page. So we need to hide this. We want to hide this heading section and the footer section here. To do that, click on the setting icon here, scroll down, click page layout, select Elementor canvas, click update to save changes. So now let's create the header section for our NFT landing page. So click on the plus icon here to add a new section, click on this layout structure, then change the content width to full width, the height, minimum height, set it to 100. Let's give it a background color. You know what, let's duplicate the column of the inner section of the section we just created into 4 places. Duplicate, we duplicated these columns so we can add a logo to one of these columns. So that's the reason why we duplicated this. We want the logo to be in this left hand side here. So let's give the heading section a background color. Select the section. You can see edit section is showing here. So now select style. Let's select our background type, then select color, click on the icon here. You will see the global color that we saved while we are setting up this landing page. This is our global color. You can see it here. So just we'll be selecting the primary, then click on this icon here. Let's add in our logo to this left hand side here. Just search for logo. So we have not set the logo of this website. So if we drag this logo icon into this column, you will see that the logo is not showing. So what we can do is let's add our logo. To do that, just click on the icon here, click on site settings, scroll down, site identity, you can see site logo. Then you can upload your logo by clicking on choose image. So I'll be uploading my logo, and the logo is in SVG file, that is scalable vector graphics. So I love using SVG files because it doesn't get blurry or pixelated. So let's quickly upload it. Just click choose image. So let me upload our logo here. As you can see, I'm trying to upload the logo, the SVG file, the logo, and the logo is in SVG format. So that's why I'm experiencing this error, and logo cannot be uploaded. So what we can do is we can this site is not supporting SVG file, so we need to fix that. To fix that, we need to activate SVG. I need to make this Elementor to support SVG upload. So click on choose SVG, then click enable. So you can see now Let's try to upload our logo again. You can see our logo is now uploading. So the logo is uploaded. Click select. So if you have 5 icons for your landing page, you can upload it here. Just select choose image or choose SVG. So what you just need to ensure that your logo is in 350 pixel by 100 pixel. So you to get the best result for your logo, and also ensure that your favicon is in 512 by 512 pixel. So once you've uploaded your logo and your favicon, just click update to save changes, then click on this icon to go back. Let's close this. You can see now our logo is now appearing. Just click on the pencil icon here. Let's increase the size of our logo. Our logo is clicked. Then click on the style. Click on style tab here. Then the width, just click and drag 100%. So this is our logo is set. We can click update to save changes. Now the next thing we want to do is set our the hero section for this NFT landing page. So to do that, let's add another section. Click on the plus icon here. Click on this structure, plain structure. Then change the content width to full width. The height, select minimum height. Then click on the icon here again to add inner section. So let's add an inner section. Just click on this inner section from this left hand side here and drag it inside the section. So now let's add, we want text on this side and we want images, our NFT images on this side. So let's quickly do that. Okay, before we do that, let's add a background image to our hero section. Just click on the section. As you can see, this section is selected. Just click on style. Then the background, click on the icon here. Then click choose image and click here. Then you can drag, you can either choose your images by clicking on the select files here and find your images, the image you want to upload. So this is the image we want. Click upload, select. Now the background image is set. Now let's change some settings. The position, in the position section here, change it to the position to center. The attachment to, leave it at default. Repeat, no repeat. Display, cover. So, and background overlay, click on it. Click on the icon, then click on this icon here, then select the primary color as the overlay color. You can see background is now darkened a bit. Now let's add the heading text to this left hand column of this inner section. So to do that, just click on the icon here, then drag the heading text, the heading widget here, then drag it. Let's paste our text. Let's style our text. Select the HTML tag, change it to H1. Restyle. Click on the icon here. Select from the global color we set. Select white. The typography. Click on the icon here. We want this. We want to increase the typography of this website. Let's increase it to 61. Then the line height, let's increase it to 80. So now let's add the text editor widget under this heading widget. Click on the text editor widget here and drag it inside this column that contain this heading text. Just drag it under the heading text and drop. Now let's paste the text. Now let's add the images, our NFT images. Just click on the image widget here and drag. Now let's quickly upload our image, our NFT images. To do that, click on this choose image here and click here. Now let's drag in our image. So let's drag it inside. Click select. Now let's increase the size to 100 width. Let's see. Now let's cancel it. Let's clear it. Click on the content tab here. Click on the pencil icon here to duplicate the images. Right click again to duplicate. Just right click on the pencil icon. So let's change these images. Select the second image. Now let's style these images. So let's move this image to the right hand side. Click on the pencil icon. Click advanced. Click on the link icon here. Let's give it minus 100 pixel. Minus 100 pixel margin, and the left, let's give it 15 pixel. Now click on the content. Let's align it to the left. So the image is now aligned to the left hand side. So let's reduce the size a bit. Okay, let's leave it at 40 pixel. This as well, let's change it to 40 pixel. So now this, let's style this as well. So click on the advanced. Click on the icon, the link icon here to unlink. Let's give it minus 165 minus 169 to move it to the top, and minus 225 to move it to the left hand side. So let's reduce the size of this image. Click on style. Let's reduce the size to 29 pixel. So let's click on this icon here to view the changes we made. So let's leave it as it is. Now let's add a button to this under this text editor widget. So click on the icon here, the button on this button widget, click and drag it under the text editor widget. Then let's style our button. Let's change the text to mint. Now the link, let's copy our link. This will be linked to OpenSea.io, where all the collections are. Just paste the link here. Then click on the icon here, settings icon. We want this link to be open in a new tab. Select it and click it. Now let's style this button. So scroll down the icon. Let's select the icon we want for this website. Click on icon library here. Search for chevron. We want this right chevron. Click on it. Click insert. Then we want it to be displayed in front of this text. So in the icon position, select after. You can see the icon is now in front after the text. Icon spacing, let's set it to, click on this and drag it. Let's set it to 20. So click on the style tab here. The typography, let's leave it at accent. Text color, let's set it to white. Background, let's leave it as accent. Border radius, let's set it to 150 to give it round curvy edges. So the padding, let's give it some padding. Let's do 30 pixel. Then click on link. Let's change the top padding to 15, the bottom as well to 15 pixel. So let's click here to hide the button. So our button is looking good. Let's click save changes to update the changes. Click update. Now let's quickly add some padding to the top and the bottom of this hero section. Click on the section, then click advanced. The padding on link, the top put 50 pixel, the bottom 50 pixel. So let's click here to hide. So now you can see there is more space between this image and the background section as well as the top. Now click update to save changes. Now let's add another section under this hero section. We want the counter section, so click on the plus icon here to add a new section. Select the structure, we want the plain structure, so change this to full width, height to minimum height, set it to 210. Let's drag in an inner section into this section. Click and drag it into the inner section. Now let's leave it, the content width at boxed. The width, let's change it to 800 pixel. Now let's duplicate this inner section. The column of this inner section, as you can see, the inner section is selected, is showing here because we selected the inner section. Let's click on the column of the inside the inner section, then let's duplicate it 4 times. So we'll be adding the counters inside these columns. So now we have 4 columns inside the inner section. So now let's search for counter. Click on the plus icon here, then search for counter. Let's click and drag it into one of these columns of the inner section. So now we have counter. So let's quickly style this counter. Let's copy the text we want for this counter. So let's paste the text into this counter. Let's copy the text 2000. We want the end number to be 2500. Let's type in 2500. So leave the settings as it is. So now let's style this counter. The text color, we want it to, let's leave the text color for now. Let's change the typography to 32 pixel. Then let's change it to 600. The weight, the font weight to 600 pixel. The line height, let's change it to 32. Now the title, let's change the text typography as well. Let's change the typography, the text color, let's leave the text color. Let's change the typography, let's leave it as secondary. Now let's add a background to this counter. So just select the counter. Now select the counter, then click on advanced and scroll down to background, then click the icon here, select color, the icon here, choose from the global color we've saved, click on secondary. So, and now scroll down to the border. We want a curvy edge at the edge of our counter. Set it to 20 pixel. Now let's add some padding to this counter. So let's add some padding. Click on layout, let's click on the chain icon here, type 20 at the top, then 15 at the bottom. So let's leave it at 20 pixel at the top, let's leave the bottom as it is. So let's change the text of this counter. Go to the style, so the text color of the number, let's change it to white. Click on the title as well, then the text color, change it to white as well. So as you can see now, the title is now showing. So let's add some padding to the bottom as well. So let's type 10, let's leave it as 15 as it was before. So now let's duplicate this counter and place it inside these columns that we created, or we can just duplicate directly. So let's just duplicate the columns directly. Click on the columns and right click and click duplicate. Right click on the column icon and duplicate. So now let's delete these blank columns that we have. So let's paste in the text of this the remaining counters. So we want a different text. So in our first counter, the total item, the text there is the total items. Let's paste it. The title, let's change. Now select the second counter. So we'll just be changing the numbers and the text here. So let me quickly forward this video, because we just be repeating the same thing. So let me quickly forward this video. So now the suffix, the ending figure we want here is K. So let's leave it like this. Let's change the text. So now we want this counter under this, want it on this background, on this hero background section. So just select the section of the counter, select the section of the counter, not the inner section, then go to advanced, then click on the chain icon here. Let's add some negative margin, -215, and let's see. So now let's add some space in this hero section. So select the heading, select the hero section, the section of the hero section, click on the icon here, then in the bottom padding, so as you can see in the bottom padding we have 50 pixel. Let's change it, let's increase it to 200 pixel. 200. As you can see now, there is now space between our hero section and the, so it is looking good now. So let's click update to save changes. So we want this logo to be aligned to this text. We don't want the logo to exceed this text section. So what we can do is just let's hide the panel, select the heading section, then click on the icon here. Let's add an inner section into this heading section, and we will place this logo inside the inner section. So just click on the inner section, then drag it. Okay, you know what, let's leave this. Let's just add a new section. Let's duplicate this heading. Click on duplicate, then let's delete all these columns. Right click on the column icon. So now we have the section with the background color with nothing inside. So just click on the icon here, then click inner section and drag it into this section. Now you can now duplicate this into 4 columns. So now let's duplicate this logo as well. Then we will drag this into this the other section. So now let's hide this to view if it is corrected. Now you can see the new section we created, the logo is now or this aligned to this text, the heading of this text. It doesn't exceed this section. So let's delete the upper header. We don't need it again. Just click on this icon here to delete. Now click update to save changes. Let's increase the weight of this heading. Let's give it 500. Okay, just click update. Now let's add a new section to this NFT landing page. To do that, click on the plus icon here, select the structure here, then click on the select the section, then let's give it a width of 1000 pixel. Then the height, let's change it to minimum height. Let's leave it at 400 pixel. Now we want to give this inner section, we want to give the column of this section, a background color. Let's select the column of this section, then click style, click background type, and select the color, secondary color. Now let's add an image and text into this. In this column, let's add inner section into this column. So we can have text on one side and image on the other side. So click on this icon here, inner section, drag it into this column. Now let's drag the image into one side, on the right side. You can see now it is now showing. So let's click on this icon again. Let's add the heading. We'll be changing the text very shortly. Let's add the text as well under the heading. Click on the icon again. This background section, we want the edges to have a curvy edge. So select the column of the section. You can see this is our section. The section have a column, and the inner section as well has its own separate columns. So as you can see it here. So just select the section and not the inner section, then select the column of the section, then go to style, then the border, click the border, type 30 pixel. Now let's begin to paste our text. So let me copy the text. I'll just be copying and pasting the text. So let me quickly forward this video. Now we've pasted the text, let's add the image. Click the image, click choose image, click on the upload file. So let's drag in our image, select the image, the images, and drag it. So now let's add the image, select the image, click select. Let's reduce the size of this image, click on style and drag it down a little bit. Let's leave it at 75. So now we want to add some space between these. Okay, let's style this. You know what, let's add the space before that. So select the column of this section, then go to advanced, then padding, click on link. You can select it, just type in 35 pixel, then on link. Let's change the padding at the bottom to 10. At the top, let's change it to 45. So let's change the size of the fonts. Select the heading fonts, click style, the color, let's change it to white. The size, click on the icon here, let's change it to 32. The line height, let's change it to 38. So now we want this image on this left hand side here and the text on the other side. What you can do is just click on the pencil icon here, then drag the image under the text, then we can drag the text onto the other side. As you can see now let's add a background to the section here. So select the section, the outer section, click style, click background type, click an icon here, select the color here. So now let's click advanced to add. You can see there's no space between this section and the column of this section. So let's fix that. Click on advanced, click padding, on link it. The top put 50 pixel, the bottom 50 pixel. So you can see now there's no space. What we can do again is let's align this image to the left side. Then this column, let's align it as well. Click on the column that housed this text. So click advanced, then the padding. So select the column, then the advanced. The margin, we will change the margin, just unlink this, set it to minus 35 pixel. So let's click on this icon here to hide this. So it is looking as we want it. So click update to save changes. So now let's add another section. So instead of adding another section from scratch, let's just duplicate this section that we already have. Click on this section here and right click duplicate, and the section is duplicated. Now we want the image on this side and the text on this side. So what we just need to do is just change the image, click the image, then select the image you want. So now let's click on the let's click on the image and drag it under the text editor widget. Then let's click on the heading widget, let's drag it to the other side. Now let's fix this image. The image is overlapping to the other section. Just click the inner section. If you remember, we added a margin minus 35 pixel in this column that we created earlier. Let's just fix that by changing everything to 0. Let's delete that. Just click on the chain icon here. Everything is set to 0 now. Now let's delete the background color. Just select the column of the section here and click style, and the background, and just click on it. You can click on this clear icon here. You can see everything is now clear. So let's align this image to the right. Click the image, then click right, align it to the right. So let's click update to save changes. Let's hide this panel to see our changes. So the website, the landing page is looking as we want it. Now let's add another section. So let's add another section. Click on the plus icon here, select the structure, and the content width, set it to full width. The height, change it to minimum height of 400 pixels, leave it like that. Let's add the background image. Click the icon here and click style, click background type, click choose image, select the background you want, click select. Now let's change the style of this background. Position, center, attachments, let's leave it as default. Back repeat, let's leave it to no repeat. Display size, cover. Now let's add background overlay. Click background overlay, click background type, a color, primary, select the primary section. So now overlay has been added. Now let's add some padding to the top and the bottom of this section. Just click on advanced, then padding, unlink it, top 50 pixel, bottom 50 pixel. So click on the icon here again. Now let's add an inner section into this section. Click on the inner section, then drag it. So now let's delete one column from this inner section. Just click on the right click on the column icon, then delete. Now select the you can click on this plus icon in the inner section, then search for carousel, image carousel. Just click and drag it into this inner section. So we'll be adding the image carousel. We'll be adding our images into this. Just click on this plus icon, add images, to add the images we want. So let's quickly select and drag in the images. So let's drag in the images. Just click and drag the image. So now the images are now uploaded. Click create a new gallery button here. Then you can click insert image. The image resolution, let's change it to medium large. Slides to show, let's change it to 4. Slide to scroll, let's change it to 1. Image stretch, let's leave it as no. Navigation, let's change it to dots. And the link, let's add the link to the OpenSea website. Just select custom URL and let's copy and paste the link to the OpenSea NFT collections. So caption, leave it at none. Click advanced option as well. Lazy load, you can activate it. Autoplay, leave it at yes. Pause on over, yes. Pause on interaction, yes. Autoplay speed 2000, change it to 2000. Infinite loop, leave it at yes. Animation speed, leave it at yes. Direction, leave it at left. Style, click on style tab. Position of the pagination, which is there's a dot pagination navigation icons here. So just leave it. Once we change the color, you'll be able to see it. the size, you can adjust the size. Let's leave it as 9. The color, the active color, let's change it to accent, and the color, let's leave it as it is. And let's click on the image. Now the spacing, let's click on the custom, let's leave it at 20 pixel. Border type, let's leave it as it is. Let's click on this panel to hide this. So we can click on this dots to change the image. If we click on this, any of these images will be taken to OpenSale website, where visitors will be able to select the NFT they want. So now let's click save changes to update to save these changes. Now let's add heading text to this section. So let's just copy, click on this text here, click on copy, then scroll down, then click on this section, then just click paste. So you can see now the text has been copied. Just click and drag it outside the inner section. So center align this text. Let's change the text to our collection. Now let's change the text of this section as well. Click update to save changes. Now let's add another section that features the timeline of this NFT creation. So let's add the timeline section. So click on the plus icon here, select the one column site structure, change the context width to full width, height to minimum height. Let's give it background color, select the section, click style, background style, change it to primary. Now let's add text into this section. Just click on this text, heading text, copy, then right click here and paste. As you can see now, it is pasted. The text is pasted. Let's change the text. Now let's add an inner section under this text, heading text. Click and drag it under the heading text. Now let's delete one column from the inner section. Select the inner section. Now select the inner section. So what we need to do is we want to add the timeline feature onto this landing page. So to do that, we need one plugin. We need to add an additional plugin to this website. So let's quickly add that plugin. Let's go to the WordPress dashboard, then the plugin, over right click add new plugin, then search for HT Mega. So click install now. This is the plugin we'll be using. Click install now, click activate. Now the plugin is installed and activated. So let's go to the settings, click on the HT Mega. This is the HT Mega, as you can see here. Click on the settings, so you can see. Click on element. We need the timeline widget. Just let's search for the timeline. Click Ctrl F, So vertical timeline, it is off. Just click turn it on. Click on it. It is turned on now. Let's scroll down. Then click save changes. So the timeline widget is now activated. The vertical timeline, as you can see now. Let's go back to our website. Let's click update to save the changes here, and we will refresh the website. Let's search for the plugin we just the widgets we just added. So click on the search here, search for vertical. You can see vertical timeline. Just click and drag it inside the inner section, and you can see now we have the vertical timeline. Now the layout, change it to layout 4. So the content, click on it. Let's duplicate it one more time. So now let's change the text of this, the content of this timeline. Just select, click here. Let's quickly paste the text. We have January. Just copy it before the HTML tag be left brackets BR and right brackets. Just paste the text there. Then I add the date as well, 24. So the title, so let's add the title. Let's copy the title, Q1 2024, paste it in the title section. You can see it's now showing, and the January 2024 that we pasted here is now showing. So I will quickly forward let's add the text here as well. So after that I will forward this video, because I will just be copying and pasting. So not to make the video long than required, I will have to forward this video. So to change the text of the remaining section of the timeline, just click on this to hide this, then click on the next content, then paste the text and change the text as well. So I will forward this video to do that. Now let's quickly style this vertical timeline. To do that, click on style, then the title color, change it to white. Typography, let's change it to primary. Then click on the pencil icon to increase the font. Let's change it to 24. Then the weight, let's change it to 500. The medium, the line height, let's change it to 24. Now the content, click on the content. The color, change it to white. The typography, set it to text. The Roboto 16 pixel, let's leave it as secondary. The date, let's change the date. The color, let's change it to the date, let's leave it as primary color. Then typography, let's change it to secondary. Roboto 16. Now the box border, Let's click on the background type to change the background of the box. Click on the color. Let's change it to accent. You can see the background is changed. The arrow, click on the icon here, select accent. Now the arrow is changed. Now the box style reversed. Let's select the background, change it to accent. The arrow color as well, let's change it to accent. The background type, let's change it to white. Let's scroll down. The timeline, let's change the timeline color, let's change it to accent. The background dots, let's change it to white. So now let's click update to save changes. So this timeline widget is not loading properly, so let's refresh this. This should be triangular and not like this, so let's refresh that. So let's change the arrow color to fix this rectangular issue. So the arrow color, let's change it, and select the accent. Let's clear the color. Okay, as you can see now it is fixed. Now let's change the arrow color of the reverse color. The arrow color here, let's click this. As you can see, it is fixed as well. So I think if we are using a global color, we will experience the issue. So if I select a global color here, it is changed to rectangular, but if I click on it and unshake, it is changed to triangular, as you can see here. So now the content, the text color of this content is not changing to white. We want it to display white. As we change the settings here in the content section, so the color we change it to white, but it's not changing. The color is not changing. The plugin is maybe there's a bug with the plugin, the widget, the vertical timeline widget. But to fix that, I will just be pasting HTML code into the text to give it a color. So I will provide the code also in the description of this video, so you can just copy and paste it as well. Just click on the content, then click on the first content, then just scroll down. In this visual, you can see the visual here, the visual tab is selected here. Just change it to text. Click the text, then copy this HTML code I will be providing in the description of this video. Just copy this and paste it in front of this text and paste it here. Then you can copy as you can see, the text is changed to white, and copy the closing tag and paste it at the end of the text. So we'll be repeating that for the remaining text on this timeline. So I quickly forward this video so we can, so as not to waste our time, just select the text tab here, paste the code. Once you're done pasting the code, just click update to save changes. So we are done with this section, and let's add some padding to the top and the bottom of this section. Just click on the section here, click advanced, the padding, unlink it, top 50, bottom 50. So you can see now The padding is now showing well. Click update to save changes. So now let's add our theme section under this roadmap section. So to do that, just let's duplicate this, select this section, click duplicate, then we will drag it to the bottom of this page. So now to drag this to the bottom of this timeline, we can click on it and drag it from here. We can drag it, select, click and drag it to the bottom of this page. Alternatively, let's undo it, click history, then click a step before the changes we made. So alternatively, to drag it, you can click on the navigator icon here, then you can just click the section. Let's select the section. So this is the section. The section is now selected, as you can see here. Just click the section, then drag it below the last section on your page. So let's scroll down to see now. You can see now it is now showing. So let's delete this section. Now let's select this section. Let's change it to our theme. So now let's add an inner section to this section. So click on the icon here, inner section, click and drag it under this image. So let's duplicate this column into four columns. Let's close this navigator. Now let's add content into these columns. So just click on the plus icon here, or you can click here. Let's drag image into this column, click choose image, select upload. Let's select the image and quickly upload it and drag it here. Now let's drag in the image, click and drag it. So the image is now uploaded. Now click select. Now let's add text editor widget. Let's add heading widget under this. Let's click and drag it under the image. Let's change the text to founder. Let's change the HTML tag to h3. Let's center the text. Let's style the text. Click on style, text color. Let's change it to white. Typography, let's change it. Let's leave it as 16 pixel. And the boldness, let's change it to 600. Now let's add text editor widget. Drag it under the heading widget. So let's change this. Let's change it to founder as well. And style, center, typography, let's change it to 14 pixel. Now let's select the heading here. Let's change it to the name. Select content. Let's change the name to John Doe. Select the title. Let's click on the advanced, the margin, click on check it, then the top margin, let's give it minus 25 pixel to move it to the top. Now let's add the social icon widget. Social icon, click and drag it under the text editor widget. So let's drag it under the text editor widget. Now let's change the settings of these social icons. So let's close this, select the Facebook, then change the color to from official to custom. Then the primary color, leave it as it is. The secondary color, select white. The primary color, then drag down the opacity. Now let's leave it as rounded, the shape, and leave it as center. Click on the style, Then the size, let's set it to 16. The padding, let's leave it as it is. So the spacing, let's delete the spacing. The padding, let's leave it as it is. Now what we need to do is just we want to move this to right under this text. Click on the advanced, then let's give it negative margin, -20 pixel. Select the text as well. Let's reduce this to -20 pixel as well. So now select the text, the social icon, select content, then duplicate. Let's change this to Instagram. So let's change the top here to okay, let's drag this Instagram to the top. Let's change the second to, let's click on it, LinkedIn. Click insert, then close it, then select the third, click on the icon, Twitter, search for Twitter, select the icon, click insert. Now it is selected. Now let's give this column a background color. Select the column, then click style, click background type, the color, choose the primary color. Now we have a background color. Now let's add a border radius and border width to this column. Just select the column, then scroll down, select the border type, select solid. The border width, set it to 1. The border radius, let's set it to 20. So let's click here to hide. As you can see, we have a border radius and the border width. So the border color, let's set it to white so it can be more visible. You can see it is now visible. So now let's add some padding to this column. Just select the column, then select advanced, then the margin, let's add 10 pixel. You can see now there is a space between this column and this column. Now let's add padding as well. Let's unlink this padding. The top, let's add 10 pixel, the bottom 10 pixel. So there's now space within this social icon and the edge of this column. So let's click update to save changes. Now let's add some box shadow to this to this column. Just select the column and scroll down to the under this box shadow section, then click on it, then select the color again. Let's drag it to this edge of this left edge of this section, then select the box shadow again, the pencil icon. Let's give it the blur of 15 pixel, then let's scroll down. The position, let's change it. We don't want this shadow outside this column. Let's change it to insert. Now the shadow is now inside the column. Let's hide the panel, as you can see now. So now let's duplicate these columns into these remaining sections. To do that, let's just right click on this column icon, duplicate, right click, duplicate, right click, duplicate. Then let's delete these empty columns, right click on it and delete, right click on it, delete, right click and delete. So now let's also duplicate this inner section, because we need 6 cards. So we need 8 cards rather, that features the theme pictures. So click duplicate. So now the inner section is duplicated. The next thing we need to do is just change the image and the text of the remaining of the rest of these themes. So to do that, I will have to forward this video, because I will just be repeating the same steps all over again. So just select the image. So let me quickly change the image. Select the image. So click update to save changes. Now let's add the FAQ section. Just click on the plus icon here. Select this structure, content width, full width, height, minimum height. Let's add background color. Select the color, select primary color. Now let's add an inner section. Click inner section and drag it. Let's delete one column from the inner section. Let's select the inner section. Let's give it width of 850 pixel. Now let's drag in the accordion widget. So click on the icon here, search for accordion, click on it here and drag it into the inner section. So let's give our accordion background color. Click on advanced. Let's give it padding of 35 pixel. Scroll down, background color, select background type, the color, select secondary, the border, select border radius 20 pixel. Now go back to the content. Let's add our content to the accordion. Let's copy and paste the content quickly. Duplicate, click on duplicate button here to add more FAQs. Let's change the text. So let's start this accordion. Let's change the icon. Click on the icon library, then chevron. Okay, select chevron down and insert the active color. Click on this icon library, chevron up, click insert. Now let's style this accordion. Border width, border color, we don't want border color. Let's drag the opacity down. The title, the background, we don't want background color. Let's drag down the opacity. Title color, let's change it to white. Typography, let's change it to 24. The weight, let's change it to 500. Let's change the line height to 24 as well. The icon, click on the icon. Alignment, let's set it to end. Color, let's set it to white. Active color, let's change it to accent. Click on content. Background, let's set the opacity to transparent 0%. Color, let's set it to white. Typography, let's leave it at text. Text shadow, let's leave it as it is. So let's change the active color of this title. Let's first reduce the typography to 20. the line height, let's change it to 20 as well. Then click on the pencil icon. The active color, let's set it to white. So now we can also reduce the font size of the content. Typography, let's reduce the size to 14 pixels. Now let's add some padding to the top and bottom of this section. Click on the section, click advanced, then the padding on link, the top 50 pixel, the bottom 50 pixel. Click update. Now if you hide, let's hide this panel. If we click on it, now we can see the frequently asked questions. So now let's unhide this panel. Now let's add another section to this under this frequently asked question. So let's just come here, then duplicate this section, right click on the icon, duplicate, and let's drag it to the last section. Just click on the navigator icon here, then click on the section you want to drag, ensure it is selected. You can hide this remaining section. You can see now it is selected. As we select this section, just drag it to the last section, drag it to the end of the page. So let's scroll down now. So as you can see now it is added. So one thing we want to do again is let's close this, let's save these social icons, let's save it, right click on the pencil icon, let's save it as a global widget so we can reuse it as social. Then let's delete this inner section, delete this as well. Let's change this text to our collection. Let's duplicate again, follow us. Now let's drag the social icon under the follow us. Let's click on the icon here, click global tab here, and click and drag the social icon. As you can see, it is now showing. Click on link. Now let's style this. You can duplicate to add more social icon. Let's change this to Facebook. Let's click and drag it to the last. Let's change this to Telegram. So now let's undo the padding, the margin we added. Let's click advanced and delete the padding. You can link it back again. Let's add some spacing. So click on style, the spacing, let's add 10 pixel. Select the social icon again. So the spacing, let's leave it at 10 pixel. So now let's add another social icon. Let's add an icon. Let's search for icon instead of social icon. Let's duplicate this. Duplicate and drag it on top. Let's delete the rest. Let's change this to Telegram. Discord. Click on the icon image and Discord. Okay. There's no Discord here, so let's delete. Click on this icon, search for icon, then click and drag it under the, let's click on the image to change it. Search for Discord. As you can see, select the Discord, Let's change the color. Let's style the color. Let's change it to white. Let's increase the size to 100 pixel. Let's delete this. We don't need this. Let's change this Discord icon to 70 pixel. Now let's add a button under this Discord icon. Click on the icon here, then the button widget, click and drag it under the Discord icon. So now we want the style at the top of this. In this hero section, we want the same style. Just select the button, then you can just right click and copy. Scroll down, then click on the button, then right click on the pencil icon, paste style. So now let's center the button. Let's add icon. Let's change the icon to chevron. Let's change icon position to after. Select the button, go to style tab here, scroll down. The left padding, let's change it to 50. So let's click on the content tab here and change the text to join Discord. So just click update to save changes. So you can add the link to your Discord. Just select the button, then the link here, paste your Discord link here, so your visitors can join your Discord group. So now let's optimize this landing page for tablets and mobile. So to do that, just click on the responsive icon here, then click on the portrait tablets tab here, tablet icon, and scroll to the top. So after selecting the tablet mode here, just select the text, click on the text, and click on style, then click typography. Let's change it to 39. The line height, let's change it from EM to pixel. Let's change it to 47. Now the button here, let's quickly change this on the desktop mode. Just select the button, then click on the desktop icon. Let's go back. Let's change the left padding on the left to 50. Let's go back to the tablet mode again. Now let's change the size of these images. Just select the image. Now let's select this image. So we are unable to do that. Just select the navigator and select from the column, you select the image you want to select. So the image is now selected. Let's unlink this margin. Let's give it -67 and 18 pixel. Let's close this. Let's change it to -65 pixel, and let's select the second on the third image. Click advance. So here, let's give it unlink the padding, unlink the margin rather, -122, -122. Then the left, let's give it -101. So now it is looking good. Now let's adjust this counter. Select the section, advance, the margin -225, -225. Let's increase it to -255, -255 pixel, so to move it to the top. So let's scroll down a bit to the next section. Now let's adjust this image. Select the image, click on style, Let's increase it to -78%. Now we want to center align this image and this text. So let's click on the desktop icon here, the responsiveness, and let's select the the column of this image. Click vertical alignment, set it at middle. Select this column as well. Click on the layout tab, vertical alignment, set it at middle. So now let's go back to the tablet view. You can see now it is centrally aligned. So let's do the same thing for this section as well. Let's select the image, set the size to 78%. Vertical, select the section, the column. Let's go back to the desktop. Select the column, vertical alignment, middle. Then we select the second column as well, vertical alignment, middle. Now let's go to the desktop. As you can see, now it is looking good. So now let's go to the next section, and let's tie this carousel slider. Just select the carousel, the image carousel, then go to the content, scroll down, additional option, click on style tab here, click on image, then the image spacing, let's set it to 20 pixel. Let's leave it at 20 pixel. Let's go to the next section. The section is looking good. Now to the other section. This is looking good as well, and so as this, and so as this. Now let's go to the mobile mode. Select the image, the logo, and click on mobile. Now let's center this image on mobile. Select the image and content. Let's click center. This, select it, the text, let's justify, click justified, or you can just center it. The button as well, select the button, then click on content, select center. Now we want these images above this at the top and this text below. To do that, just select this section here, then go to advanced, then scroll down, responsiveness, then click reverse on mobile, set it to yes. So let's do it again, it's not showing. Let's select the section again. Okay, we selected the outer section instead of the inner section. So let's select the inner section and repeat the step again. Select the inner section, click advanced, then scroll down to responsiveness, reverse on mobile. As you can see now, the image is now at the top while the text is at the bottom. So let's quickly fix the images as well. So now let's select this green image, go to the okay. We are unable to do that. Just select the navigator here, then let's close this. Let's find the image, the second image. Let's change the margin to -33. Okay, the margin is link. Let's set it to 0 again. On link, -33 -24. Now let's select the third image and change the padding as well. Let's change it to unlink the padding -156 and minus 165. So let's leave it as it is. Let's scroll down. Now let's fix this. Let's fix this section. So let's select this section, and increase the padding. Let's unlink 50 at the top. Let's change the bottom to 300 or 300. You can see. So it is fixed now. So now let's fix this as well. So let's add more padding to this. Let's change it to 350. Now let's change this counter. Let's add 2 counters by each side. Let's click on the column, edit column here. Change the column width to 50%. Then select the second column as well. Change it to 50%. Then select this column as well. Change it to 50%. Lastly, select this section, the column as well. Change it to 50 pixels. So they are now side by side. So now let's fix the next section. Let's increase the size of this image. Select the image, drag it to 100%, and this section, let's select this section and click advanced. Select the column, then unlink this negative margin, then link it again. Then select this column as well. Go to advanced. We don't have it here. So now select this column of the section. Click on the column, then click advanced. Unlink this as well. So now, as you can see, it is now looking good. Now the padding, let's add padding. Let's add 10 pixel round about each. So as you can see now, it is looking much better now. Let's click update to save changes, and let's go to the next section. Let's do the same thing for the next section here. So let's click on the column of the inner section. Now click on the column of the section, then advance, unlink the padding, link it again, change it to 10 pixel. Now click the image and drag it to 100%. Now it is looking much better. This is looking better. It's looking good. It's looking good. And this is looking good. So all the remaining sections are looking good on mobile. So let's save the changes. Click update to save changes. Now we can hide this panel and preview our site. You can see the site is now responsive on desktop, mobile, and tablet. So let's click on the icon here to preview our site. So as you can see, our website is looking good. And one last thing, if you want to set this landing page, if you want to set it as the front page, that is whenever visitors visit our domain URL, they will land on this page instead of landing on your domain name /home that you created. So to set your own page, let's quickly do that. To set our own page, let's go back to your WordPress dashboard, then go to the reading. In the settings, go to the reading, then your home page displays, click on a static page, then home page, select home, which we created, then scroll down, then click save changes. Now the home page is set. So if anyone visits our website domain URL directly, our domain name directly, let's click on it, visit site, so that we land on the NFT landing page directly. So thank you for watching this video to the end. So if you found this video valuable, kindly like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more helpful videos like this. So thank you and bye bye.